Hello everyone, this is Windwolf, or Windwolf 13 I guess, and I am going to make a little tutorial about how to shade in the different types of shading. And if you hear something weird in the background, that's just my music playing. I can't really work very well if I don't have music. I've got the Vader Zim soundtrack going on. Pretty fun. Anyway, so here we have a little drawing I did while I was sitting waiting for my friend to get done with her Taekwondo. So I have these separate layers here. I've got, here I'll turn them on. The base is just something there so it's not transparent, Got the base, here. Okay, hello. Okay, here's the sketch, and then I've got the inks over it, and I have just my flat colors. So first things first, we want to make another layer above the colors. We want to title it like, I don't know, shadows. That's pretty good. Want to take a color for this. I think, let's see, probably go like something around here. I never use pure black to shade. I know a lot of people do, but it just looks kind of messy to me, kind of blurry. I always use like blues, purples, or brown. Sometimes reds look really good. Okay, and then anyways, when you want to go on your color layer, select the outside of the color, or you can go on the inks, doesn't matter which one. Select inverse, go on to shadows, and then just fill. Come on, there we go. Then you take the opacity and, no, wait, wrong. First you set it on multiply. Always use multiply. That's like the filter thing you use. And drag it down to wherever opacity you want. I'm thinking 35 looks pretty good. To test it out, I'll just, go with this a few times. Okay, I like that. Alright, so now we have our shadows layer. Okay, first style of shading I'm going to show you is called flat cell shading. It's used a lot in cartoons and anime. Let me pull up an example. No, I don't want browse. I said open, you stupid. Idiot computer. Okay, come on. Let's see. Doody-doody-doo. Where did it go? Here. Open. I said open! Come on! Yeah, I really hate my computer. It's kind of a butt wipe. Okay, see, a perfect example, cartoon, flat cell shading, just one layer. Or, let me find a more detailed flat shading example. If it would load. Oh my word. Okay, hallelujah, holy crap. I have too much arts, as you can see. Here. We're gonna fake like this counts as anime, because it's FMA. Once again, that one layer. So, in order to do that, I'd like to take the eraser tool, put it at something like, I don't know, for this, like maybe 9 hard brush tapers with pen pressure. I'm using a tablet for this. You need a tablet. You can try without, but I've been there and done that. It's not very fun, doesn't work very well. Size is 9 because I have this document at a very large size. It's about, let's see, how big is it? Yeah, see, it's really ginormous right now, so you get really clean lines and strokes there. Anyway, you want to zoom in quite a bit. I said zoom in. I'm going to go insane before this is over. Alright, here's the really tricky part that I have a kind of a hard time with. It's the whole light source thing. So pretty much, we'll say it's coming from this direction. Here, I'll draw some hello. I said draw. I'm using the eraser. We'll think like this is light. That's the light source. It's coming from this direction down, and it's hitting the characters. Okay, back on the eraser. Let's see. And then you just erase away the lines that you don't want. Or the areas you want shaded, I guess, not really the lines. And that is. Okay, and then erase. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. I need a bigger brush. I'm liking that. Almost. No. Here, there's the nose. This one here. There we go. See? Pretty simple. Requires only one layer of shading. See? One layer. And it looks pretty nice, you know, it looks very clean, cartoony, you know, that kind of good stuff. Anyway, so, let's get back on this. Next, I will show you, zoom in again, how to do soft shading. Soft shading is used in like a lot of Disney movies. It's also a very simplistic way to shade. I like to use it, especially for my comic. Let's see if I can pull up a page of that. Yeah, that's right. You looked at the files. And no, I know there's no new pages yet. I'm sorry. They take a long time to make. Let's zoom in on somebody. See? See, look. Come on. So zoom in more. It's kind of blurry and nice looking, but it's still just kind of one layer of shading. Okay, to do that, once again we've got the eraser tool, but we want to put it on a different brush size. Say like, that's too big. Like 21. Wait, no, we don't want this one. I'm so smart. Okay, 17. This is just, you know, a soft brush. Does not really taper with pen pressure, which is tricky, but with the pen pressure and this kind of brush, it kind of just ends up looking like flat shading, so it's kind of better just to use this one and, you know, do your best with what you got. For this, if you don't really want a lot of hard angles, you just kind of want it to look soft, you know, soft shading. And once again, with the light source coming from this direction, we just want to erase what we don't want shaded. I need a bigger brush for this. And then, you know, kind of the harder you press, the whiter it is, and kind of the blurrier it looks, the better, you know. Not super blurry so it looks nasty, but just enough that it looks, you know, like what we want. It's really hard to get really small spots here. See? Soft shading. Looks nice. And in a lot of Disney movies. Okay. Now, let's move on. Come on. Sorry all this zooming out thing. I can't just go Control D, because my tablet is sitting on top of my keyboard because my desk is so cluttered I have nowhere else to put it. Which I do not suggest. I mean, it helps me get closer to the screen, but it overheats the crap out of my computer. Okay, sorry, randomness. Now we're going to go on to some more detailed, difficult stuff. We'll do some gradient shading. This is pretty easy. In fact, I should have done it while I had done the flat shading. Really similar. Once again, you know, hard brush on the eraser. Just gonna erase away something so I can show you. What am I listening to? I do not want to listen to this song right now. Ooh, I like this one. so picky. Sloppy, so sloppy. Okay. So I have my little flat shaded bit right here. For this, it's harder because I know you can use the lasso tool to just select the area that you have shaded, you know, but I'm not so great at selecting it exactly where I want it. So what I do is I will merge just the shadows and the color layer. Merge visible. I will use the magic wand tool to select the area. Okay, not like that. That's not working. Okay, gotta lower my tolerance. There, nice and low. And then you just have the white selected. I select the dark color. Oh no. Oh no. Oh man, I'm stupid. Okay, I'll fix that later. Take the gradient tool, set it to this one, foreground to transparent. We want to bump this up to something like, I don't know, 81. And then we'll just take it and drag it out a few times. Select this part of it and drag that out. No. And see, there you have a little bit of gradientness. For areas you can't really select very well, then you do want to use the lasso tool. And then once again, just using that gradient. See, here I'll show you a full example of gradient shading. Come on. It's one of my better gradients. See, here we go. This has been a really popular way of shading, I've noticed, from other people. I know, it looks all nice. You got that flat shading, and then you got this little bit of a blur there. It just looks really crisp and smooth and nice. Okay, so that's done. Let's see if I can fix this without screwing it up too bad. Oh boy. Okay, good. But now I have to select this color again because I'm just that special. Ready for being special. Now, once again, gotta fill this back with the color. Whoa, that's not what I meant. This kind of fill. There we go. Now, we're going to go on to some painterly shading. I've found two different ways to do it. One is just a very erase away painterly shading. Like, let me find you an example. Do not like this computer. I really don't like this computer. Let's see, which one? Here. Come on, baby. Thinking. Nope, no, not. Actually, kinda. Here we go. Here's a good example. It's kind of a little more messy looking. This is actually my first attempt at painterly shading. You just erase away a lot. For that, you want to take the brush. You want to put it at a soft one that does taper according to pen pressure. And this, you want to lower the opacity like really low, like 12 or something. And then for this, I like to kind of just work in circles. Come on. So my computer doesn't crash on us. That would have to make me cry. You can barely see it. But then the more you keep doing it, the more it shows up. And you kind of just get this gradual change from dark to light and all the in-between. Again, it's also a very popular way to shade. It makes things look really, really fancy and detailed with not that much effort. Quite a while to do, I'm not gonna lie. In fact, it's kind of easier even to, to turn off the color and then go like this, you can see what you're doing a bit better. I'm not doing a great job, you know, I'm doing an example to show you how to do it. If I was really seriously looking on a picture, I'd be like taking my time, you know, da-da-da. Add some kind of bounce light, backlighting stuff. And yeah, and with the low opacity, just go over it a ton of times. That's really all there is to it. Let's turn this back on. So yeah, it looks nice, you know. I mean, I'm sure I could make this look better, but that's how you do that. Moving on. Fill. That's better. Alright, and then there's another way of painterly shading that I found out. Once again, with the eraser, you want to go down to this brush. It's a hard edge airbrush, and I want to kind of just have it, I don't know, 88. This one is, the harder you press, the more it erases. The lighter you do, then the lighter it shows up less. It's kind of a tricky brush to use. I'm still not very used to it, but it has some really cool looking effects. And I'm not doing a very good job right now, just so you know. Okay, and then I like to take the smudge tool, and we'll probably put it out there. Strength, I'm going to up to, like, I don't know, we'll go 75. And actually no, I want a soft brush for this one. That does taper with pen pressure. I like that size. And then I'm just going to kind of smudge it. Come on, baby, come on. And then just kind of, I don't know, furry effect thing, kind of. Not super great. And like I said, I'm not really doing my best right now. Here, let me show you some examples. This is just sad right now. I don't really have any right there. I'll show you one where I don't do that fur thing. Where is it? No, that's not it. Ah, I see what it is. Or maybe I don't see where it is. Oh, I think I do. I know, I'm sorry, I draw too much zoom. So here we go, I did not use that kind of, the furry thing, obviously. But this just has a few different, not quite layers, but just different kind of fading into the darker color there. You can see it better right there. It goes from that dark to light. And then with the little fur thing there, I found a good one of that. Why did I just go out of that? It was right in there. No, no. I'm so dumb. Aha. Okay, actually no, I lied. This one I did not do that fur thing on. Oh my word. This one I did. Okay, but I'm almost done. You know? Okay, I gotta hurry. I gotta go real soon. See, here we go. I kind of just smudged it out with a smudge tool. And just gives it this nice kind of furry look. Why won't it zoom out? Okay, good, it zoomed out. And yeah, those are different styles of shading that I like to do. And thank you. Sorry. Moms. And I don't know why it's not zooming out right now. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on. I don't have a final version of this, I'm still working on it, but that's just, you know, to get you to learn how to shade. I like to use the eraser for everything as far as shading goes. Sometimes it's kind of fun if you want to put in a darker shadow. I want to like make another layer, title it darks. Sorry, I'm all rushed. I have to go in like a few minutes and it's really freaking me out. Use that same color that you had set for your shadows. Put this on multiply, this down a little bit, but not too much. This time you use the brush tool and whatever brush you want to use. Put the opacity pretty low at about, I don't know, 14, 15. This brush is huge. That's better. Then just for the really dark areas, you just kind of paint over. And since it's on that really light opacity, you just kind of do it a few other times. Kind of like the Blender Painterly styles I showed you. This is so bad that I gotta go like so soon. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Yeah. And that's just how you do darker layers of shading. And it looks really bad. But if I don't go now, I'm in trouble. You know, I guess if I fiddle with the opacity on this, it might look a bit better. Or not. Okay, so that sums up my tutorial. I hope you found it useful. I'm sorry it was a little rushed and actually not that very explanatory, but there it is. That's how I do it. That's all there is to it. Now, what? Hello. Okay. I gotta go now, so I'll see all you guys later. Hope this helped. Bye.